Hello, this is another one of those design videos that I periodically do. Usually when I just see something in gaming that just doesn't look right from a aesthetic point of view, I just, it irks me a bit, and I kind of feel the need just to tweak it and for my own amusement. But this is quite a weird one because it's been released and shown for quite some time now. The Western cover for Final Fantasy 16, which I'll just get that up now. This one. So, I mean, okay. I think like it's very Western. It looks like a Western style cover. Compositions, it's nice. I like it. You can tell that it's Western because whenever they design front covers for the American and Western market, they never put text or logos at the bottom of the box. I'm not sure why really, because a lot of the artwork for Japanese games, it's designed to have text at the bottom for it to be fully readable, because then when you're looking at it, if it's fully at the top, the artwork looks like it's dropping off the page. Really strange. Like, I just don't think they think about it in those terms. But in terms of the artwork, I think the artwork's pretty good. It gets across the idea of the game. You've got Clive over here doing his thing. You got Ifrit here from the first trailer, good pose, and then you got Joshua here as well. So it's quite a, not bland, but it's quite a washed out image in general. Even though there's not a lot of colour in it, the predominant colour are like warm yellows and oranges, and for me it looks a little bit flat and muted. In terms of detail, I mean, it's Square, it's Square Enix making Final Fantasy, so there's crazy amounts of high frequency detail in everything that they do. Just the hair, it's spot on in that respect. Typesetting's really poor, I think. The text at the top, I mean, you can do it so it runs behind his head. I never like when designers do that anyway, because you just muddy in stuff. You muddy in the way the actual image reads. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it just doesn't work. And the biggest thing for me is just how flat it is. There's no contrast at all between the text and the image. I don't think they work particularly well. So quick sort of disclaimer, I only did this in about 5-10 minutes ish, so it's not pixel perfect by any stretch, but the aim of what I've done is to increase contrast between text and image to boost the impact of the characters in the artwork, and finally to boost the red levels in it, mainly because the most important colour in this piece is red, because it's the only sustained colour, and it's right in the centre of the image really with Joshua. So I think boosting that and increasing the contrast between Joshua and the rest of the art is the most important thing. So I get my tweak up. So it's not just me increasing the slider. There's quite a few things I've done here to boost a lot of things, but one of the main things is the text at the top. Now, with the main logo of Final Fantasy, it always has some sort of contrast against the image it goes with, such as with the main logo. It always has an outline around it. to increase the readability. The original cover that they're doing for it doesn't have that outline on it, so the readability of it is just poor, because the contrast where it says final up here, that's hard to read. Like, you can't see that from a distance at all. It doesn't stand out on a shop shelf. Whereas this one definitely would. It's readable, fully readable. So a very slight drop shadow, very slight. And that's what they use on all of their logos too. They always use a drop shadow, so it's brand consistent as well. In terms of the colours, I really just boosted the red levels in general and the saturation of them, mainly to add a bit more depth to the piece. I think it just looks way more like Ifrit. That's what my thing for it. Just, you get that feeling that it's just really hot. Whereas with the other one, the original, it just seems really flat. It doesn't have any depth. And the main thing here, like I said earlier, is I've boosted not only the red levels on his clothing, but if you can see, there's a very, very slight halo around him as well. So it's kind of to do with the plot as well, in that he's like, you know, he's the main driving force of the main character, so he's got like a sort of messianic look, but also it makes him stand out against Ifrit on the cover. It's now 3 pieces. It's Clive, Ifrit, and Joshua, whereas this one, you don't get that. It's just one flowing piece where it just gets lost. And I feel like even though it's each part is sectioned out a bit more, you still get that impression that it is one whole image, and it gives off a, I would say, stronger message of what the game is about. That it's going to be an action game, and it's going to be quite an emotional story as well, when everything's a lot louder. So, is this what I would do for the cover in general? Not really, no. I would never put a piece of artwork as the main cover image of Final Fantasy, of a mainline Final Fantasy game. It just seems completely fucking stupid for them to do that anyway. Even the Japanese cover is that original artwork they showed of Ifrit and Phoenix with Clive, with the city in the background, and even that's just wrong. You should never fuck with the aesthetic of the box art of Final Fantasy. There is only one way to do it. That's the only cover you need, ever. Just a white box, a mono artwork, and the text. Nothing gets more readable than that, and it just gives off the perfect look for the game and the impression that you expect from it. So, yeah, that's it. It's Saturday morning. I've just had leftover takeaway. I'm gonna finish off a bottle of Coke right now, I think. But I just thought I'd do that because it was irking me. So yeah, thank you. Peace.